Hi there, Doug Stewart with IT Creations with the 2U Gigabyte R283-S92 server. This is one of Gigabyte's many rack servers, but specifically for the R283 product line. And there are quite a few of those too. Not only that, but several revisions for each SKU. This is the R283-S92-AAE3. I'm quite sure there are revisions for all of these R283 systems as well, but I'm hopefully not missing any. This system also has either an S in the last three characters indicating support for 4th or 5th gen Intel Xeon Scalable CPUs, or a Z indicating support for AMD EPYC 9004 or 9005 series CPUs. If you like our channel, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. Just for this one, the R283-S92, there are 8 revisions. That can add to the confusion a bit, as some of those changes come down to the number of supported drive bays, how many of those bays support U.2 NVMe drives, the efficiency level of the supported PSUs, and OCP support. In general, the system is used for networking and used as a hybrid private cloud server, which does cover a lot of ground. Originally, the system only supported the 4th gen Intel Xeon Scalable processors and Intel Xeon CPU Max series as well. However, since 4th and 5th gen CPUs share the same socket, all you need is a BIOS and firmware update and good to go. With the overload of SKUs for these systems in general, would it be too much to ask to maybe make some of those slight differences an option? Whatever. At least it's not some seemingly random 12-character alphanumeric code like. On the front of the chassis, there are 24 drive bays, 8 NVMe bays, and 16 SAS SATA bays. The left front control panel includes a reset button, non-maskable interrupt button, power button with LED, ID button with LED, and then a few status LEDs for HDDs, general system status, LAN 1 and LAN 2. The right server ear has 2 USB ports. Are you interested in the Gigabyte R283-S92 server? If you are, then for a limited time you can save up to $500 off the cost of a system that's listed or one that you can configure at IT Creations that's valued at $5,000 or more. Just click that link, and when you're ready to make a purchase, just mention this video. Easy peasy. As noted, around the back, with some of these other revisions, there's the option for either 2 or 4 storage bays, but not this one. Those storage drive cages would be placed 2 each on top of the PSUs to either side of the case. On our system, those are PCIe slots. 4 more PCIe slots are located in between, with 2 OCP mezzanine card slots on the lower portion, and the I/O panel squeezed in between. Those OCP card slots can be outfitted with several different options for network communications, different port types, numbers of ports, and link speeds. That I/O panel offers mini DisplayPort, ID LED, 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, dual Gigabit Ethernet ports, and a dedicated server management LAN port. Inside the case, dual sockets for support of either 4th or 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable processors and Intel Xeon CPU Max series CPUs. Those Max series CPUs are top-tier processors that support higher memory bandwidth and have built-in accelerators to support AI and machine learning applications. I always find Intel's product briefs to be a little confusing, as they always compare the next-gen CPUs not to the previous generation, but to the one before that. Example, Intel says their 5th gen Intel Xeon Scalable CPUs offer 14 times the performance compared to the 3rd generation Intel Xeon processors. Oh, and then there's the comparisons to AMD EPYCs, but not the latest generation, but again the previous generation, or even the one before that. Whatever, let's not dwell on that. In a general sense, 5th gen processors do offer better performance than 4th gen. There's definitely 4 more physical cores, with the top-end Platinum CPUs at 64 cores like the 8593Q, with 64 cores compared to the top-of-the-line 4th gen CPUs at a paltry 60 cores like the 8490. Of course, they are also pushing the thermal envelope at 385 watts compared to a top end of 350 watts, and significantly more cache with 5th gen. Installed in our system are dual 12-core 4th gen Intel Xeon Scalable 4410Y with a base frequency of 2 GHz and a max turbo frequency of 3.9 GHz. Is it worth getting the highest performing CPUs? Really depends on the workload. These processors are affordable and would offer significantly higher density when compared to older systems. If your existing servers are much older, then you could potentially take out like half the rack. The system has a minimal memory configuration with only 2 16 GB DDR5 DIMMs in those 32 memory module slots. That would be 16 GB per CPU. We added a few more just for kicks. The CPU also provides 8-channel memory architecture, and there are 16 memory module slots per CPU, so at full capacity that would be 2 DIMMs per channel. The memory can operate at up to 4800 megatransfers per second, but because we have a silver Intel Xeon Scalable 4410Y CPU, memory speed is capped at 4000 megatransfers per second for both 1 DIMM per channel or 2 DIMMs per channel. At full capacity, this system is capable of supporting up to 8 terabytes of memory using 3DS registered DIMMs or up to 3 terabytes using standard RDIMMs. If this system had Platinum CPUs installed, it could support memory speeds of up to 5600 megatransfers per second with 5th gen CPUs, or up to 4800 megatransfers per second using 4th gen. That would be 1 DIMM per channel. That said, with 2 DIMMs per channel, under certain conditions, 5th gen CPUs, a BIOS update, and qualified memory, you can still attain that 5600 megatransfers per second speed, if you have a need for speed. With 8 PCIe Gen 5 slots supported via risers at the back of the chassis, there are a lot of expansion options on the system. That includes 4 full-height, half-length x16 slots with 2 in each central riser, and 4 low-profile x8 slots with 2 each in the risers just above the PSUs. In addition to those, there's not 1 but 2 OCP 3.0 mezzanine card slots with a PCIe Gen 5 x16 connector below those central risers. There is no mention of GPUs being supported on this system, and we did not get a chance to test that out before it was pushed out the door. That said, there are 2 power connectors for GPUs on the system board, with 1 adjacent to each of the PSU connectors. Beyond that, since many of these boards find a home in other systems too, this chassis may be incompatible. Definitely incompatible with double-wide, full-length, full-height options for this particular chassis. However, it is possible to squeeze in a few half-height, low-profile cards in there, like the half-length, half-height NVIDIA Tesla T4, or maybe even the NVIDIA A2. The T4 requires 75 watts and the A2 up to 60 watts of juice, and those lanes will support up to 75 watts of power. This theory was not confirmed when we shot this video, but at this point, I will add a note to the finished video. Do you see it? Right there? A few GPUs would certainly be useful if it's to be used as a virtual server. I do hope you enjoyed this short overview of the Gigabyte R283-S92 server, specifically the AAE3 revision. Short but sweet. With support for up to 8 terabytes of memory, powered by dual Intel Xeon Scalable CPUs, 4th or 5th gen CPUs, not to mention up to 8 NVMe drives and 16 SAS or SATA drives, even more storage if you get one of those other revisions with drive cages and back. If you are interested in this system, I've placed a few links below, or you can use that one right there. itcreations.com. Till next time, I'm Doug Stuman with IT Creations. Thanks for watching.